Hello everyone, welcome to the Blue Hat SEO series. In this episode, we will give you 3 simple search engine optimization suggestion and the instruction as unique, and it will be based on the real-world SEO case studies. I didn't show this project before, and it is about mail merge. Let's say you want to send 10,000 bulk emails based on, let's say, Google Sheets or based on Microsoft Excel by using different type of email servers and mail extensions or the domains. You will need to use this specific SaaS. And previously, I have written actually this specific SaaS SEO case study based on 2 different websites. Still, we continue to actually work on these specific 2 projects here, but I would suggest you to really read this SEO case study because this is one of the most extensive, maybe the most extensive research just for the SaaS SEO. And probably I will be updating this specific case study because since I published it and lots of months passed, both of the projects in this specific website, they have experienced new things, and we doubled the traffic for both of the websites after the publication of the case study one more time. When it comes to this one here, and we actually started to work together maybe around, 9 or 10 or maybe 12 months ago. Since I am doing lots of things at the same time, it is hard to remember exact timing, but I believe it was around in this area. So the first suggestion from me is for this specific project is that you will need to understand the lexical search as much as possible. And to be able to understand the lexical search, you will need to understand the purpose of the website or the source context, as I call it. So let's try to understand how you can use lexical search to create a topical map in an easy way. So mail merge is directly our context and direct purpose for this project. The first thing that you will need to understand is that you will need to parse both of these concepts by using the lexical semantics. If you have the concept of the email, it means that you will have the email types. Then this is actually a set. You will get the subsections, let's say newsletter mail, let's say cornerstone email, discount email, birthday email, and lots of other concepts will be coming here. So these are actually, let's say, just kinds or the variations, but you will get also other type of contextual connections based on lexical relations. You will also have the email components such as CTAs, subject lines, or let's assume intro lines, and CC section or some other parts you can also write here like email outro or etc. One more thing is here the email servers plus, let's say, services, Gmail, it can be Yahoo, it can be, or even different type of marketing technologies for emails, they can also come to this area. So the important thing here is that you will need to merge these email related things directly to the mail merge context. And it is requiring you to understand some of the search engine optimization or semantic search engine optimization fundamentals that I created. And if you want to learn this, you can always join to the Holistic SEO communities, or you can enroll to our Semantic SEO Fundamentals course once we open the gates one more time, but this is closed for now. So basically, we call the top section of the page as the main content. The bottom section is the supplementary content. At the top section, we process the macro context. At the bottom section, we process the micro context. The bottom section is for the internal links. The top section is mainly for ranking purposes by being connected to the main context of the query. So if you want to write about newsletter mail merge, you won't be able to find any kinds of query or the search demand there, which means you need to understand query semantics. And this is the summary of the first suggestion. Basically, connect lexical semantics to query semantics by bending the meaning and context of the search relations. It means that if you don't have a query to focus directly based on the lexical appearances of these variations or combinations, you will need to stay loyal to the main context of the query at your macro context and main content. Then you will need to use a contextual bridge between your macro and micro contextual areas. Then at the most bottom part, you will need to connect everything to the mail merge. So based on this specific area, you can understand how you can also create a topical map, and based on what you can also increase your topical coverage and where the core and the outer sections will be for this topical map. Core section and the outer section of the topical maps are also my concepts as the topical map and topical authority as well. And again, one more time, you can check the SEO case studies to understand further. So as a Blue Hat SEO video, These might be slightly advanced, but I try to keep it simple as much as possible. So at the earliest stages of this specific project too, we actually started to process the mail types first, because without being an authority for the mail and the mail types and mail components, you can't be an authority for the mail merge directly. That's why at the beginning you see that actually impressions they started to increase faster than the clicks, because we had enough level of authority and ranking prioritization to appear on the SERP, but not for being prioritized. If you start to increase your impressions, you shouldn't feel any kinds of fear that it means that the search engine starts to actually process your text. And for qualitative and quantitative ranking algorithms, first they check your distributional semantics to understand the main relevance point. Then they start to actually process your text to get the facts and the answers. Then you start to appear in the people also ask questions or feature snippets or feature snippet like queries or the long form questions. So this is the phase of actually increasing our rankings by being a positive ranking state. As you can see in this area, there are lots of inconsistent fluctuations, and in fact in this area the website is nearly in the negative ranking state. But once we started to publish our core section of the topical map and the author section, we put the website into a positive ranking state, and in fact with the latest core update and the quality updates in the August and helpful content update, it started to increase its rankings even further in a bigger scale. That's why I'm telling you that you should stay loyal to your plan if you have a bigger picture in your mind. Because if you are an ordinary SEO, you will think like this. Okay, we increase the impressions in a really big way, but when you look at the clicks, until to this point, it is not that much higher. But once they start to process your text, once they start to understand its uniqueness, and once it is way much easier for them to answer and understand the topic further, the increase levels are way much higher. If you see a big increase, then a sudden drop, even the drop point is lower than the previous increase point like this, you never feel any kinds of actually negative feeling one more time. Just continue to do the same thing. The search engine will start to adjust your rankings further, and eventually you will be coming to this section too. You can realize similar type of drops even in these specific areas too, like from here to here, then from here, or like this and like this, like this and like this. This is actually what I call as the ranking state. If you are in the positive ranking state, then you are in the good shape or the good control, and you can actually continue to implement it as you wish. So let's check some of these results a little bit further. This is the last 16 months, and let's check the year-over-year differences to see what kinds of a growth we actually achieved. More than 4 times click increase and more than 4 times total impression increase, and average position also increased together too. And if you look at the CTR, it is not that high, which means that actually we also focused on lots of different queries that we can't that much clicks even if we rank higher. And it is normal. It might be because of the featured snippets or different type of image packs or different sort of features that are coming as well. But it is not a danger, because even if you don't click, you continue to get the positive ranking signals and the quality signals as well. If you look at the last 6 months of comparison quickly to see the actual bigger picture here, it will be more obvious, I believe. And in the last 6 months, we actually achieved nearly like probably 130% of click increase and more than double impression increase. And again, the average position is slightly decreased. It means that we are ranking for more queries, but still we need more queries, and these queries also continue to actually gain further authority too. If you check the last 3 months, let's do that check together as well. And again, nearly like 100% click increase, and this time, as you see, impression increase is lower, but still it is a big increase too, because after a point, this first impressions will be increasing a lot. Once you complete start to complete your topical map by providing enough level of authority and quality, the clicks will start to increase faster this time. So this is the first suggestion and the first examination. And let's move on to the second search engine optimization suggestion and instruction based on the blue hat level, which means beginner level or medium level for holistic SEO mindset. So the first suggestion is, remember, it is connect lexical semantics to the query semantics to create a proper topical map and adjust your main and the supplementary sections of your web pages in a proper way to rank higher. So the second suggestion is, please create trending nodes. So in my system, before I actually explained, I have actually quality nodes. It means that these are to increase the quality assessment of the website in, let's say, as in the website, and they are prioritized in the topical maps. It means that when I create a topical map, not every article or web document that is designed have the same quality. I spent most of my budget to the quality nodes. As you remember, I actually outrank Healthline or Medical News Today or WebMD with 27 articles with a Shopify website, and it was just an e-commerce website, and it was a luxury water brand, and every article there was actually a quality node. So whatever you see here, and especially for the mail types with this macro micro context differentiation, they were actually quality nodes. The trending node is more different. So the trending node, and thank you Paint, the trending node is a little bit more different, but first I need to, I believe, handle this colorization. Yes. So the trending node is slightly different. The logic works like this. If you have trending queries in your, let's say, query logs, it means that the search engine will prioritize you. You should understand these things from the search engine's point of view. If one of the topics or one of the queries are trending in terms of the search demand, it means that search engine needs immediate quality documents to satisfy instant search demand increase. Because if you are a search engine, let's assume there are 100 different queries in this bubble, okay? And only 3 queries have a sudden search demand increase. In this case, you would actually allocate most of your ranking, understanding, or crawling resources for these queries, not the rest, because rest of the cluster doesn't have that much prominence for that specific day. Especially these queries and the possible candidate documents are way much more important for that day. And these trending queries will be helpful for you to increase your overall actual quality assessment. Because if you have the freshness signal there, and if you have the way much higher quality signals, and if you have enough level of coverage for that specific trending queries, the other connected queries and connected topics will be helpful for you to rank higher too. I have explained this before because when I created the Wisdom.net, which was one of the pilot projects for the course subject as well, and even the last week during our private coaching group, I actually have demonstrated more than 18 websites and their search consoles in the context of the helpful content update, and Wisdom.net was one of them, and still it continues to rank in a really good high way. It's higher way. It takes like 20,000 clicks a day. And one of the reasons for that is I processed everything for, or every attribute for every country. Whenever one of the attributes are trending, other attributes are getting the benefit from it. Let's say I have processed everything for the Ukraine. If there is a news for the war, the non-war related attributes also will be more important too. This is also processed in the multi-stage processing query patent and the research paper, especially by the Paul Har and also Amit Singhal, but I won't deep dive into the research papers. Basically, if one of the topics are trending and if you are ranking higher for that topic, you will be also ranking higher for other related queries too. And what was the specific trending node here? It was artificial intelligence and email context. So my specific source context is coming from mail merge as a SaaS technology. But if I'm able to create a connection from mail merge to the artificial intelligence and from here directly to the mail components like this, let me write here, email subject line generator, or email, let's say, CTA button creator, or email banner designer. All these things are the things that we can do with the AI. And right now there are lots of things for lots of different type of trending queries for these, like email sentiment analyzer and also email, let's say, automatic answer writing, etc. type of many things we can do. The important thing here is that while you are actually ranking for these by creating these trending nodes, you will need to create the tools. It's not just about creating the best possible document, you will also need to create the tools. So this is the second suggestion for you in the context of Blue Hat. Please focus on what can be trending in the future and create them earlier than your competitors and start to gather all the specific top historical data there. And whenever you connect these things back to your core section, from there you will be linking the mail merge and mail merge section one more time. So this methodology is something that I call as token insertion for topical map creation. But as I say, this is a demo, basically very simple version of it. If you want to learn further, you can join to the course communities or public communities, and there you will find way much more detail. Let's come to the third suggestion, and it is directly slightly similar to the previous case studies that I published here, but also it is different too. And it is about actually placing, or let's say playing with your internal link prioritization. So since I am not sure whether I will explain the website name or not, I won't be able to show you the internal link popularity order from the Search Console links section, but I will explain it like this. If let's say you actually have 5,000 internal links in your website, and in this case, if you are linking your About Us page or privacy page or terms and conditions pages like 5,000 times, it's actually not necessary that much. You should understand how you can actually prioritize. I guess I have written it wrong, but I will keep it like this. Prioritize and sculpt the page rank and importance signals for your, let's say, topical map or semantic content network. It means that whatever you link in your website as important, it should be really close to your source context, plus where you get most of the historical data in a connected way as well. In this specific project, when we started, there were lots of unnecessary subdomain links, and even the subdomain was getting actually more links compared to the main domain. So the first thing that you should be doing is, please add, especially if you're a SaaS, try to make your homepage the most rankable page. And I explained this suggestion in the Real Check Stops SEO case that I published before. In this one too, actually for the mail merge, we are ranking with the homepage, which means it is the highest page rank page. It means that homepage is the easiest page to rank, and we directly put the homepage to the most important root document. I call it as the root. And we also link this section most, but at the same time, the second most linked section is these trending nodes. Because once the query increases its search demand, its prominence will be increasing too. Most of the search relations will be actually analyzed by the search engine based on these trending queries. Because if someone searches for this, then the other things, this will be more important. That's why you will need to make a stronger connection from these trending nodes to your query nodes. And that's why you will need to increase the internal links that are coming to these sections more and more. And it requires you to actually have a better, let's say, dynamic footer or dynamic header links based on the different sections of your website. And this was the thing that we did as well. If I give the website name, or if you find it in a way, you will see that these are directly at the footer section together with these specific areas. When it comes to the more outer sections, like how to use CC in Gmail, how to change or email signature designs, etc. type of outer sections, things are not directly related to the mail merge, but slightly related to the mail marketing and mail merge. They have been processed too, but they are not linked from everywhere directly. When I give you a suggestion in the Blue Hat series, you should definitely merge it with the other suggestions. And I don't know how many different Blue Hat SEO videos we published, but I believe until now we have given more than maybe 40 different suggestions. That's why I didn't tell directly here that put your most important root document to the homepage, because it was a suggestion from a previous episode. So that's why you should watch these things one by one in an order, so that you can actually understand what I tell in a better way, like macro, micro context, or root document, or why we are choosing the homepage as the most rankable page as well. And you should understand what page rank sculpting actually means in a true way. So these are the 3 suggestions from me directly for these Blue Hat SEO series. And now I will explain actually one more concept. Then I will actually process it further in the future. One of the things is that in the future Blue Hat SEO series, we will focus on the multilingual SEO websites a little bit. And this is a case that actually I have written for the multilingual SEO, and this specific website is ranking very much higher at the moment. You will see here that cross-language results, cross-language information retrieval is a very important concept, and cross-language results mean that actually search engine will be translating your documents and show them to the other regions and the languages. If you come to the search appearance, you will directly see it here too as translated results. And let's check for this specific website what kinds of a translated result performance we are actually performing. But I'm not able to click here properly, and I don't know why the search console actually tires the Chrome, or maybe the Chrome is consuming all the RAM, but I have like 256 gigabyte of RAM on this computer, which is weird. Okay, so as I said, until now, or let's say for the last 3 months, we actually have taken 547 clicks from the auto-translated results. You should understand that if search engines started to translate your website, it means that you are increasing your topical authority, because search engine trusts you. And they don't trust the local language websites or the web sources, as they actually trust you. It means that actually they translate your website and directly demonstrate you in Indonesia, India, or Cambodia, or South Korea, etc. And your quality and success in these areas are also contributing to your success in your own language and the region as well. So that's why I will suggest you to actually understand this cross-language results further. And let's say this is the 4th suggestion, but I will process it further. The fifth one is, we will process here too, it is the broad appeal and the niche appeal concepts. In terms of the quality assessment of the websites, the search engine does these 2 things, and we will process them in the future Blue Hat SEO videos. So while coming to that area, I would like to actually demonstrate these a few designs for you. It is not that hard, but it will be helpful for you. Automatic, as you see here, automatic post editing and editing, also a model for neural machine translation. This is, let's say, a little bit helpful to understand actually how a search engine can understand different parts or different sections of a web document, and how they can actually, let's say, give different scores to the different part of the document. It means that instead of actually evaluating an entire page from end to end, first they actually evaluate the sections as much as possible, then they get the combinations of these sections, or content items they call it, and then they actually create a composite score, which means that a kind of a simple wrong information here can actually cause you to lose further rankings as well. There are many other things here, but I will try to process and explain them to you later, because some of these things are already explained, but some of them are not explained. I will put in these 2 links directly to the description area. Multilingual SEO case study and the SaaS SEO case study will be there. And this one is not a Blue Hat video. It is very long SaaS SEO case study video. You can watch it if you want. So as you know, lately I am also promoting different type of SEOs from our community, and I am very happy to do that. And Mohammed Kamran actually mentioned Ahmad Khan, and it's true that actually he is one of my students, and he also started to teach other people our teachings and our concepts as well. And it makes me really happy, because I want actually abundance mindset. When we share these things and when we promote people, they become happier, we become happier, and we become a bigger community with higher success and a better deep understanding. So well done to the both of them. Mohammed is mentioning Ahmad, and I'm mentioning both of them. And I will suggest you to check also our communities for this specific mindset. And they're also on the LinkedIn. You can, if you want to, you can also follow them. In our latest video in this area, I also promoted Adrian Yanko. He hit actually 40,000 USD per month by using our methodologies and the course. I believe I have suggested you to also follow him. We also promoted Luis Salazar Girodo the week before that. I will suggest you to also check them as well. In the coming weeks, I will be promoting new SEOs with their successes. If you want to have a place here, please share your results. Don't have the scarcity mindset. Please help people to understand these things further. And lastly, let me try to show this one too. I published this website before, and as you see with the helpful content update, it also increases rankings further. This is a YMYL website. Maybe probably later we can also create a simple video for this project as well. And I'm happy to share all this information with you always. I hope you enjoy it. This was slightly longer than before, but I believe it is helpful for you to see these explanations. As you see, I didn't explain everything here to keep it shorter. Maybe later we will see them as well. Love you all, and see you later.